This is the queen in my upstairs downstairs hive with the bee entrances. She's a 21 queen and I'm about to mark her. She's still a bit runny, but you can see she got mated pretty well. She's got a nice size to her, although I do say size doesn't matter until she's laying. And so I'm going to take a deeper look into my upstairs downstairs hive. She's actually laying in the third medium up. And she's got 10 frames of honey that, between what I left her for the summer and the goldenrod coming in, I'm checking to see if she's ready for winter, which I don't know. Looking down, she looks a little bit light to me, so we'll see. So this is considered the first floor. It's where their entrances are with the holes. The third one up, she had just started to crawl up there and do brood, and they're filling it with nectar. Some of my hives have just been crazy with brood and others a little bit light. Her population seems light, but it's pretty warm today. Come on, build some voice comb in there. Generally this time of year all my hives have a bottom that's empty, but those are on screen bottom boards, and this one does not have a screen bottom. That's all eggs, emerging brood, babies. Eggs all the way out to the edge. She should be laying like crazy because she is a 21 queen. When I grabbed her, I marked her. She's in my pocket so I can fiddle around a little more without thinking I'm killing her. So this is cat brood, this is cat brood. That was mostly cat brood. Cat. More cat. Yeah, it's laid out, and then she stopped there, and it looks like the bottom is empty. So I am going to reverse. And actually what I'm going to do is probably put the empty on top of the two that have brood. From the very bottom it'll go to not the second, and it'll be the third box up completely, since there's nothing in there. And then they can use it for whatever, or I can take it off in November. This feels heavy. It's a lot of honey. 1, 2, 3. She's got plenty of honey here. I can't see this. I'm supposed to have a basement. So this is going to go to number 1. The other one, this is going to be second. This is always going to remain second because it's the holes in the box, the entrances. That's what I mean, the entrance. This is always supposed to be the second. She's always supposed to have a basement with nothing, and then her entrance. So this is going to stay in place. I'm going to put the other brood down here with nectar, put her on there, and bring this up to the third. And it's a really hot day again. Thought we were gonna get ready for cool weather, but that's not until maybe another week or so. And it looks like they're just keeping busy down here. I don't see, my hives have been relatively clean unless they're in the shade of hive beetle. Nice pollen being put away. Yeah, nice pollen down here. So they go downstairs to store their pollen. That's interesting. I don't want this in anymore. I gotta take that out. It's filthy. And let's see. This is my only one in my yard with a solid bottom. I have no hive beetle. I have no hive beetle in the edges. I'm probably gonna have to look through on these. But the hive, this hive's very clean of hive beetle. But again, I have had really a good year as far as hive beetle, except in the shady spots. I have a certain spot that as soon as September, it goes shady soon, and the hive beetle kind of goes up. I just want to see what we got. That's honey. If you look on the underside of the bars, you can sometimes see the hive beetle. This is her bottom board. Super clean. I do see some mite drop. They're not moving. The bees are cleaning. It's really clean. Pollen drops. It doesn't go through, so they have a chance at harvesting it again. That's their dust. They keep it all on one side. They're cleaning like crazy. They're drinking their honey that I just spilled. Very clean board for what I would have expected to be filled with hive beetle. This area here is where I would have expected any problems, extra hive beetle or anything to hide in this mess, but they don't. So I'm really super impressed again. Looks like a little heart, doesn't it? And let's see. Okay, I'm gonna put them back together and see if I can't keep them. Looks like my palette has really dissolved into the ground, but I'm not prepared to move everybody today. Once it's cooler, I can do that. This is the so she's really light. There's no honey stores down there, but she was on those hives, on those frames. So here she is. I'm going to release her back all the way down below where she was. Come on out. Come on. No, stay down. So I told you she was flighty, runny on the frames, and then she just wanted to fly away. I don't think so. Give him a little spritz. And then I'm going to put their second floor on. That's actually a nice weight as far as honey goes, so I'm not afraid of this one because she's got 10 frames and she's got honey right where she needs it. And then I'm going to put, that's the second one, and they go right back in. They'll smell her downstairs. And I think I'm going to keep the 10 frames wide up high. This is the light box. It was the very, very bottom. It doesn't have any entrance in there. So I'm hoping they'll fill that with honey or nectar or something. I can use that. So this is that hive with the entrances, the upstairs, downstairs. And during the dearth, I had 2 of the entrances closed off with these vented caps. They do have closed caps for like the winter. And I put this one in here. I put another one in here during the dearth, and just about a week prior to bloom, I took it off, and they're using it like crazy. Let's see. The bees have to go in and go down. And apparently pests go in and go up, and they get confused and they fly back out. This has been very nice. I don't have the very bad hive beetle just yet, but I don't think this hive would have it. I'm very pleased with the solid bottom being as clean as it is. The inside not having any hive beetle. They haven't been too hot. I do have a vented lid because my lids get really hot. So I'm going to pull one frame just to see, because sometimes in these empties is where the hive beetle like to... Oh, it's hot. The hive beetle like all these empty frames, and that's why we say don't put frames on if they can't cover them. And I want them working in honey, not patrol. But if you look down into the frame, you should be able to see hive beetle hiding. Also that bottom, wherever they run, but I just don't see them. Let's see. Nope. Nope. You'd see them chasing them. You'd see them propolis in. You'd see inside the frames, because they do like just to hide. They chase them up to certain frames and hide them. Keep them there. And then you can take the whole frame and tap it out and squish them. Don't tap it out in your hive. Find somewhere else. No, she looks really, really, really good. Sugar spray with essential oil for me. It's just 1-1, and sometimes I put some mint in it. Helps with mites, helps with small hive beetle, smell everything. And now I'm putting on the 10 frame. Oh my god. My thing. It's so heavy. Ugh. Okay. They're really up here. Keeping it clean. And she's got plenty of bees that are about to hatch as well. That's a nice frame of honey. And that's theirs for the winter. I have a long, mild winter. And we can get like into the teens, and we've gotten a little, this climate change is no joke. It's definitely different. And the good thing is if I have 10 frames on a big hive that can handle patrol, that means I have extra honey for little hives that as we go, I don't have to feed them sugar water. I can stick the extra frame in there. Sugar water is not the best nutrition. There's studies that say bees fed on sugar water have a shorter lifespan. This doesn't. And while some people say the goldenrod has a lower nutrition value, it's a heck of a lot better than sugar water or fondant. Okay, so even my camera's telling me it's a high temperature when I leave it alone. And you can see behind me I got lots of goldenrod blooming. My hives are doing great, prepping for winter. But like I said, somebody said, don't worry about the goldenrod. People don't like the smell. Well, then it's not for you. Leave it for your bees. And it's much more nutritious for your bees than it is for, to give them some sugar water. You don't want to give them sugar water. Keep your honey. Nutrition is how your hive is going to survive. It's no joke. You want to feed them sugar water and take all their honey, then you're going to be buying bees. You're going to have all the pests because they're going to be like little diabetic, fat, do-nothing bees that can't even groom and stuff like that. They're just not going to do what they should do as bees. If you want to do natural, keep it as natural as possible. As a bone of contention, I'm sure I call myself treatment-free, and if I joined a treatment-free group, they'd say, no, you're not. I don't care. I don't treat my bees with miticides. I don't treat for mites. I'm not afraid of mites. Have I seen mites? Yes, I see mites. But that's what my VSH SMR queens are all about, is trying to ensure that they have the genetics to clean out that mite from the hive. And while I use traps and I use a little mint, the mint is mostly for the small hive beetle. And some people don't live where they have both. They have one, but not the other. Everybody's got mites, but they don't have small hive beetle. And dealing with small hive beetle is like a huge nightmare when it happens. And it almost made me leave beekeeping because it's such a freaking nightmare until I realized, you learn and you work through it. Anyway, I'm rambling. So, this is the upstairs downstairs hive. I suggest I'll put a link again to the folks that make the entrance. And if you're crafty, I'm sure you can manage to do something else on your own, like wood turning or, I don't know, something like that. And give it a go. I think it works, and especially I see that more people are posting problems with wasps and that type thing. I think this would do it. Definitely do it. So until next time, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, subscribe and click your bell, as they told me to tell you. And happy beekeeping.